ready.
All right, brother, you're on.
Okay. Who I am is not important. It's the message that I bring. A while back, a few years ago, I was frightened of a statement that someone made that had political power. They wanted to line all the mental health patients up and shoot them. And he said that. The man virtually said that verbatim. I think that's a bit obtuse, and I think that's a bit carrying things overboard. You know, I read it in the tabloids that he spoke and said, line the mental health patients up and shoot them. And I became frightened because I'm in the realm of the system, the mental health issues. There's all walks of life that come through the mental health, from the very, very rich, the very, very poor, some kind of insanity to uncontrollable insanity. And I want to say that I'd like for people to stand up and say, this is how I feel about this situation. I want people to come forth. I want people to come forth and voice their opinion about what this man has said. If you're in the mental health system, that's enough to scare you. That you might be lined up against the wall and shot. You know, I don't want that to happen to any one of my friends, and I don't even want that to happen to people I don't know. I just wanted to bring that message that he said that, and it was written, documented. I think he was out of Texas or a southern state, and I believe he was either a senator or some political figure. You don't know how much power that the written word has until you read something that concerns you and yourself. And I thank you, and please come forward. Okay.
Well, could you tell about the idea you wrote about this morning about reforming prisoners?
I had a thought. I've been incarcerated before, and you know what helped me? The television set. They had the television set on all night and all day, and lights, bright lights. And I understand that because criminals and people that do crime usually depend upon the darkness. In martial arts, they'll tell you to stay in the light when you go out at night. Stay where it's well lit. Columbus is not very well lit, but you know, I think the light has something to do with it. But anyway, I want these people to have a television station in their viewing capacity to show them the positive and negative things that can happen when you do crime. And then I want these people to have a positive reinforcement, whether it be verbal or physical, to have a positive reinforcement to do the right thing. There should be some sort of reward system. And when they see these successful people on television that were once criminals that have reformed, you know, they'll succumb to that situation, you know.
And get encouragement and new ideas that never occurred to them before.
Right. A lot of people that are incarcerated often go to school. That's a good start. And that's what I'd like to do, that. Reformation. Reform criminals.
And you probably know there's a lot of really mean people in prison that are really sweet underneath, but they have very few sweet influences in their life to encourage that.
Right, right. And this is what this idea is all geared toward. I put it in writing, and I'm going to submit it. I have a friend that's in the penal system, and what she does, her name is Deborah Ann. I won't mention her name, but she's in charge of the women's penal system in Marysville. And I'm going to get her this idea to show on television, closed circuit television, the positive things that can happen when you do the right thing, when you try to reform.
And that would be relatively inexpensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have any ideas on helping the mentally ill?
Yeah. I'd like to. What I had planned was to have a group of viewers, a group of social workers, and then what'll happen is the patients that have problems will bring their problem to these tables, but not in a direct way. They'll bring it to a person that's in charge that also has mentally ill problems, but is high functioning. And that person will go to the social workers and the doctors and talk about the problems that they have, hoping to come up with a solution.
Because the higher functioning person would be able to better articulate the nature of it, and maybe not be satisfied or intimidated in taking an inadequate answer.
Exactly. And plus they know both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
They know how it feels to be mentally afflicted. They also know how it feels to be a little bit normal.
Mm-hmm.
So, take these people, go to each individual that has a problem that wants to submit it, write it down, talk about it, and take it to this board of people that are geared toward helping that person become less dependent upon and more independent. That's what I had thought about doing that.
All right.
I'd like to thank you for your time, and that's about all I have to say.
Thanks, Frankie.